Yeah. Good evening. Welcome to the Tuesday, September 10th Town Council Committee of the Whole meeting. All councilors are present with the exception of Councilor Atwater. It is 6:31. Calendar and communications. Councilor Baumgart.
Nothing to report.
Councilor Parker.
I stopped by Coffee with the Cop that was held at Starbucks with Officer Donald, the dog. I wasn't here, but I waved. It was good to see Officer Bousquet and all the others. I also stopped by the blood drive that was held at the senior center. Thank you to all who volunteered to give blood. Unfortunately, I was not able to, but I'm very thankful for those who came out. And I attended the Board of Ed, Town Council, City Council, RTM liaison meeting along with my partner in crime.
Councilor Franco.
I have quite a bit. I attended the Economic Development Committee meeting. I spoke with Mr. Mark Schur after he had emailed the whole council regarding the Exit 89 attraction sign. I stopped and spoke with Ms. Price and Mr. and Mrs. Price regarding a blighted house on Ridgewood Drive that the town and I have been working on for quite some time, and they're in the beginning stages of a cleanup. Attended the 238th anniversary of the commemoration of the Battle of Groton Heights, which is very nice. Went to opening day at Clyde Cider Mill. We have a beautification committee meeting for the public on September 23rd, which is going to be at the Groton Senior Center from 5:30 to 6:30. I also attended the blood drive and donated, and the Red Cross blood banks are in dire need of blood, so if anybody could donate, that would be wonderful. We're going to have a coffee with counselors on September 14th from 10 to 12 at the Bill Memorial Library. I stopped down on Gravel Street in Mystic to see the launch of the Mayflower 2 at the Mystic Seaport. I also stopped at the pop-up hemp location over there on Quantic Bridge, the old Quantic Bridge Firehouse. It's a new facility, and the New England Hemp Farm has purchased that building, and they showed up at the economic development meeting as well and discussed that they would like to have music, a brewery, and artisanal CBD, and a restaurant in that facility. And they're also wanting to change the look of the building from a firehouse into a barn. And I've also heard around town that Chipotle is coming next year. That's it.
Councilor Heath.
Nothing to report.
Councilor Aubry.
I can't keep up with that.
Hey.
I attended the EDC meeting also, which was very interesting. Also, I was a guest last night at the golf committee meeting.
Councilor Schmidt.
No report.
Councilor
No
Zakir.
report.
Thank you. Attended many of the same events that others have already mentioned. The Sustainability Task Force meeting with Councilor Baumgartner and Heed. Met with Dr. Grenier and Chairperson Watson regarding buildings, and attended the Golf Advisory Board meeting last night. And there's several bits of good news, but one of the interesting things is they established the Associate and the Associate Plus membership to try to draw in the millennials, if you will. I know millennials actually hate when they're called millennials, but the 20-somethings. And they had 7 to return, then they needed 3 more Associate, 4 more Associate Plus, and they actually ended up getting 12 and 12 of each. So not only did they increase membership numbers, but it netted out a profit as well. So it was dollars and membership numbers. So they're pleased with that. On the other hand, they've had so many rain events. So the weather is not necessarily cooperating with the golf course, but they're doing well over there. Mr. Burt, if you could we had the news come out today from Ledge Light Health District, and I know you attended the meeting with the health district regarding the EEE. So if you don't mind giving the public a brief on that. You've kept us informed throughout the day, but I would like just for the public to be aware as well. Thank you.
Sure, and it was a meeting between different health departments and the Department of Public Health at the state. State mostly did the initial rundown. There has been a slight decline in the numbers of mosquitoes trapped in pools, but they advise take that with a grain of salt because of rain and the short holiday week. a slight decrease in the number of human biting mosquitoes that have been trapped, but still the risk is elevated. High level of mosquito activity expected until the first frost in October, first hard frost. No aerial spraying recommended at this time unless you have a real targeted area you need to spray in. But if you haven't mobilized at this point, it's too late really to do that anyways. And when you do spray, you gotta keep spraying because it's only about 50% effective and they do reproduce. Talked to Dr. Grenier. You probably saw that Stonington has restricted their field usage for their schools there, and now with the town also. Dr. Grenier, I spoke with him. Our schools are following suit, where they'll limit events to no later than 6:30 p.m. until the 21st, and then September 21st, and then 6 p.m. until frost. We are going to follow suit at Mark Berry's recommendation. And then the city is also going to do the same thing with their fields there at Washington Park. So that goes into effect tomorrow, I think, for all three agencies.
Great. Thank you
So I
very
don't want to
much.
speak for the city, but I believe their intent is for tomorrow.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Does
Yes, Councilor
that
Zupair.
mean the Friday night games for the football team?
They're
have
going to move
be
them to
rescheduled?
earlier in the day, both us and Stonington, I guess. Though I think their first real game isn't until late in the month. And then if at some point the health department says it's no longer an issue, they'll take the restrictions off. If, it suddenly becomes earlier than that, not an issue, so we'll see.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
May I
Yes.
may I ask a quick question? How many locations in Groton are they testing?
I'm not sure. I'll find that out though for you and get back with you.
All right, thank you.
I'll shoot that out to everyone tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, approval of minutes. 2019-547, August 27, 2019 minutes, beginning on page 2. Counselor Baumgartner, please.
Make a motion to approve the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes of August 27, 2019. So moved.
Second.
Moved by Baumgartner, seconded by Franco. Any discussion on the minutes? Counselor Zupair.
On page 7 of the minutes, page 9 of our packets, there's a comment down there that Councilor Zafiri stepped out of the meeting at 8:22 p.m. It implies that I left the meeting. I did not. I went to the bathroom. And I returned promptly
Yes.
on
you did.
completing my business.
So would you like the language changed, or?
Yes, I would like to, and
What
you'll
would
see
you like
that
it
I
to say, Counselor
participated
Zupair?
in the votes that
Correct,
followed.
correct. So noted. So, Mr. Caron, would you take care of that, please? Thank you very much. Anyone else? Okay, seeing no further discussion, all those in favor of 2019-547, August 27, 2019 minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Abstentions? 7 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 abstentions, as we are at 8 counselors. The abstention is Counselor Franco. All right, on to new business. 2019-201-3 Tax Increment Financing of Thames Street Five Corners Master Plan on page 11. Counselor Parker, please.
A motion to recommend a resolution adopting the City and Town of Groton Joint TIF District Master Plan as recommended during the public hearing on September 3rd, 2019, and that said district and plan shall go into effect on September 11th, 2019. I so move.
Second.
Moved by Parker, seconded by Schmidt. Is there discussion on this item? Counselor Zupair.
I'd simply like to point out that we've discussed this item many, many times before now, and so our handling it quickly at this time should not be perceived as callous indifference.
Correct. Thank you for pointing that out. Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor of 2019-201 Tax Increment Financing Thames Street Five Corners Master Plan, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved unanimously, 8 in favor. Very good. 5B, 2019-542, introduction of an ordinance to amend ordinance number 286 to reduce the size of the Planning and Zoning Commission and setting a public hearing on page 12. Counselor Franco, please.
I I make a motion to recommend approval of a resolution to introduce an ordinance to amend Ordinance 286 to reduce the size of the Planning and Zoning Commission membership and to hold a public hearing. I so move.
Second.
Moved by Franco and seconded by Parker, and I would like to go to Mr. Burt to explain why we're doing this the way we're doing this, please.
Sure. The council had earlier passed recommendations, a resolution setting a date. The clerk had pointed out that in the past, the way ordinances were handled was rather than amending the actual ordinance, you pass a new ordinance saying you're amending the other ordinance so that you still have the clean record of the original ordinance. And from looking back, that's what I have seen also. So this is matching proper protocol. So we postponed everything to do it the right way.
Okay. Are there any questions for Mr. Burt, or is there any further discussion? Again, we've discussed this in the past, so. Counselor Baumgartner.
I know tonight we'll be voting on 2 alternate positions for the Planning and Zoning Commission. I wasn't sure if that, I know we won't be downsizing pending.
It won't be
its
for
approval.
those ones. Those are appropriate.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing no further discussion, we'll vote on, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
Counselor
sorry.
Aubry. That's
No,
all
I
right.
was just going to say, I wanted to thank the town clerk for bringing the correction to us so that we now do it correctly.
Very good. Anyone else? Seeing no further discussion, we'll vote on 2019-542. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved unanimously with 8 counselors. We don't have any other agenda items to review. Is there any other business? Counselor Parker.
I just want to let everyone know that next week, beginning on the 15th to the 21st, is National Child Safety Seat Week. And the City of Groton Police Department will be hosting child safety seat checks from 9 to 1 on Sunday, September 15th. And just go towards the back of the building. There should be arrows pointing you to the right direction. So if you need your child seat checked, go ahead and get it checked.
Thank you. Any other business?
Would be appropriate.
Counselor Aubry.
With the little assistance over here, I just want to remind everybody that we do have a meeting coming up where we're asking people to come in and assist the beautification committee in making the selections of the area of the town that they feel that we should work on first. So that'll be at the Groton Library.
No?
No?
September 23rd at the Groton Senior Center from 5:30 to 6:30.
Thank you. She had notes. But it's important that everybody come out and share with us what they see as being our first endeavor.
Very good.
As well as the public input meeting regarding the plastic reduction. I don't have
September 26th.
September 26th, and that's at the Groton Public Library beginning at 6 p.m.
That's at the Groton Senior Center.
Oh, I'm sorry, Groton Senior Center. Excuse me.
In the big room where the RTM meets on September 26th, and that's kind of a drop-in session. Conservation Commission is hosting. There's plenty of information online, and we do want your input on that, so please come on out and let us know your thoughts on cleaning up the environment a little bit. All right, any other business? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Second.
Moved by Parker, seconded by Baumgartner. All those in favor of adjourning the committee of the whole, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved unanimously. So we are adjourned at the committee of the whole at 6:35. Don't go anywhere, though. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. You're correct, 6:45.